Hello, thank you, and welcome today. Last time we spoke about bacterial wilt and fungal wilt, and I promised that we're going to look at the control measures and preventive measures. So, for bacterial wilt, which we're going to talk about today, since bacterial wilt of tomatoes is a soil-borne, things that we should look out for are making sure that we get our seeds from certified dealers, because when you get seeds from certified dealers, it's supposed to be that those seeds are disease free. So also look out in our local communities to see if there are some seeds that has been made to be resistant to bacteria wilt of tomato. Aside that, in places that are waterlogged, the best thing to do is to raise your tomato in raised beds. It will make the water to have access to flow, or tomato not to be fully exposed to that water, because since it is soil borne, that means it can go through water. So drenching of the places where we have this tomato can help us not to retain this bacterial wilt. Apart from that, when people have discovered that they have this Ralstonia, what we tell people to do is to remove and burn off. Once you remove, burn, and it's advisable that you don't burn it within that field. Burn it to make sure you kill the pathogen and not allow the remnant of that pathogen to be on the soil. And every other equipment you have used, every tool you've used in uprooting or cutting, make sure you disinfect them. Get rid of the possible pathogens might remain there. But I have done this, it worked for me. That doesn't mean it's going to work for you. In late 2022 or 2023, I visited a farm somewhere in the north central part of Nigeria, Kwara State. And it's a screen house farm. He took me around to see their pepper that has been infected by bacterial wilt. So what I did for him was I asked him to test it to be sure that it's bacterial wilt. And when we did the ooze test, we confirmed that it's bacterial wilt. And he has been using copper 2 oxide as a fungicide, so it has not really been having the effects. And I gave him this advice that worked for him. What I told him was he should look for a particular product that has copper hydroxide, and he got the product that had copper hydroxide. I told him to apply that in the evening. Make sure that during the day he starts the plant of water. Since they were using irrigation source of water, during the day let them be starved of water. At night, when it is expected that the inoculum level or the level of the bacteria will be high, that he should apply the copper hydroxide. That he kept on doing that, and after some time he called me that in fact that he resuscitated more than 50% of those plants. So because it worked for him doesn't mean it will work for another person. I saw somebody who I'm going to drop his link on the description part of this video. That what he did was he used hydrogen peroxide, injected that into the plant and sprayed it around the stem area, and it worked for him. Over time, this has not shown consistency. It may work for me and may not work for another person. But in situations where you're about to lose a whole effort, whole money, I would advise giving these things a try. And before then, one of the ways to control it is when it has already been infected, if you can increase the pH to make the soil a bit alkaline, it will help also manage the severity of this bacterial wilt, because Ralstonia does not thrive so much in alkaline condition, but it does well in acidic condition. So with this, if you have done this over time and you notice that your soil has been infected by this Ralstonia wilt, I would advise you not to plant anything in that family. Tomato, pepper, garden egg, all those things, don't plant them. Next, do crop rotation. You can plant other things like yam, those ones that are not being affected by that. And when this pathogen stays for long, for years, and do not see what to breed on, they will naturally die. So anytime you experience this and you experience it in, what I would advise you is, if it is not better controlled, one of the best methods of controlling is to change the type of cropping, and that is do crop rotation. So once you do crop rotation will help to stabilize the soil before you come back to that. You give me thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe, and with that we'll be able to bring to you more contents that are locally adaptable to you and that will help you. Thank you.